When I was 16, I was in what was considered North Melbourne zone, which was an area out in the eastern suburbs. I grew up in Furniture Gully and the surrounding suburbs of Baronia, Scoresby, Knox was all very much North Melbourne zone. Any player that was playing within those zones, if they were considered good enough, they get an invite down to train and then potentially make it onto the list.
Dennis Pagan was a coach then. You trained here at the club. If there was injuries in the senior list, you got to play in the reserve. So the club got a real good look at you, and that's probably why I was lucky enough to get drafted in the pre-season draft in '89.
And I got asked to come down and play in a practice game for North Melbourne under-19s. They'd made the finals in 1983. Started the year off the following year in the under-19s and played 4 games. Played 5 games in the reserves, and there was a spate of injuries at the club, and fortunately I got the call up to play senior football.
You know, we trained after the senior guys. They were always around. You're in the gym with them, so you really felt part of the club back in the day when you were in the under-19s. It was, it was fantastic for us local boys to be able to get the opportunity, especially me just living around the corner, to be able to come down here and be able to catch the train from school in the under-19s. It was just really easy. So I got great opportunities. As
a 16-year-old walking into the footy club, I felt like this was where I belonged. I'm sharing the gym with Wayne Schimmelbusch and Keith Gregg and the Crocker brothers and Ross Glendenning, even though I was just an under-19 player.
There wasn't as much pressure. We just come and played, and if you're lucky enough to play, you played. If you didn't, you went and played VFA or VFL or whatever it was. So local footy you could get drafted from. So a lot more pressure on the guys, I think, these days. Back then there was hardly any.